Good afternoon, y'all. It's Tuesday. I'm gonna make meatloaf. Meatloaf sounds kind of good. So that's what we'll have for supper tonight, okay? And maybe y'all can too. Here's the way we're gonna start. I've chopped up half of a green pepper and half of an onion. See here? And this is my clove of garlic that I'm gonna squish into there. We're gonna mix up all the stuff and then we put the hamburger in it and mix it, okay? But here's half an onion chopped and half a green pepper. And I'm gonna go ahead and stick my garlic in there. I just use my garlic press, okay? Put that in. About 20 to 24 or so crushed crackers. I just did it here in this baggie, see? Put that in. A teaspoon of salt. And pepper to taste. A teaspoon of mustard. And a tablespoon of Worcestershire. Worcestershire. However you say it. Okay, let me don't miss anything. Worcestershire, mustard, salt, pepper. Oh, first off, preheat your oven to 350, okay? Just go ahead and get that preheated so that it's ready for your stuff to go in. Garlic, crackers, bell pepper, onion, eggs, Worcestershire, mustard, pepper, salt, pepper, and 2 lightly beaten eggs. That's what I've got in this bowl here. Okay, now I'm just going to stir this up. And then you've got this crackery onion pepper mixture. That's all it is. And the cracker just kind of acts like a binder, okay? I was taught to do that, to mix the stuff up before you put the hamburger meat so that you don't over handle the hamburger meat. That's just the way I was taught. I don't know how you were taught, or if you were taught. So, now I have 2 pounds, actually it's like 2.13 pounds of hamburger meat. Ground chuck is what I'm using. But you can use the more lean if you want to. Well, this was in my refrigerator and it's almost frozen. Refrigerator's too cold. The temperature is. My garage refrigerator. Better too cold than not cold enough. Okay. Now we've got that in there. Technically, you can, I guess, stir this with a, I don't know what would get it all mixed up real good. So, I just dive in with my hands and mix it up, okay? That's what I do. My hands are clean. I just washed them. Then you've got this hamburger, you know, it's basically hamburger meat. People are like, oh, like meatloaf. What's not to like? It's hamburger meat. Peppers and onions. It's just seasoned hamburger meat. Do you like hamburger meat? Of course you do. Of course my mother would say, you know what my mom would say? You can eat that, Millie. Well, they must not have had it done right. She's convinced if you have something done right, you'll like it. I mean, she's not wrong. Okay, now look. See, it's just got all the goodie. Was that up high enough? It's got all the goodie mixed into it. And that's just what you need. Rinse my hands off. Hope y'all are having a good day. Me and Larry went and got our real IDs this morning because our driver's licenses are expiring. So that was a lot of fun. Not. But that chore's done. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit more salt over it. A little bit more pepper. Sorry, y'all, but stuff has to be seasoned good. Okay. Now what we're going to do is shape it into a loaf in this pan. And I did not spend a million years handling this meat because they say that it makes it dense, you know, too dense if you overhandle the hamburger meat while you're making the meatloaf. So I've always tried to just do my thing, get it mixed up, put it in a loaf. And some people put it in a bread, like a bread pan. Well, you can do that too. I've done that too. But sometimes the hamburger meat doesn't hold together real good, and then it gets all, you have to tear it all up getting it out of that loaf pan. I'm just doing it this way for this time. If you want it in a loaf pan, feel free to put it in a loaf pan. I'm just doing a free-form loaf in the middle of a 13 by 9 glass dish. Okay? Just shaping it with my hands. I'm being a little particular. Okay, and then that's what we have. Now your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Y'all, just like everything else, meatloaf's easy to make. It's just getting your stuff thrown together in your hamburger meat, and it just takes a while to cook. That's all. But here you go. There is your meatloaf. It's nothing to be scared of. And don't like meatloaf. Stop. You just need to try it again. Just try it again until you like it. All right, I'll check back with y'all in a little bit. I'm just going to stick this in the oven. All right, y'all. I'm just popping it in the oven, 350 for 1 hour. Then we're going to take it out. We're going to get rid of some of the grease, and we're going to put a tomato or a ketchup and brown sugar mixture on the top. And I will check back with you in just a little bit. All right, y'all, it's been 1 hour, and I took this out of the oven, and you can see, let me get another hot pad. It's hot, hot, hot. But see, it's got all this grease that cooks off of the meat. See that all in there? Ouch. I'm gonna drain some of that off. This is not going in the sink. This is in a bowl. Ooh, I'm glad that ain't moving. If it was, I'd be having to hold it. There. Just took most of the grease off. See, I had this bowl down in the sink, okay? Now, here I have mixed up half a cup of ketchup, like a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and a little heavy dash of Worcestershire sauce. So, now that we put the grease off of this, we're going to spread this over it. put it back in the oven for like another 30 minutes probably. It's supposed to get to 160 degrees temperature if you want to get technical inside of it. I don't usually actually take the temperature, but usually about an hour and a half, hour and a half. I mean more than an hour, but hour and a half or so. Should do it. So now we have our little sweet covering on it. Like this. See? And it's gonna go back in the oven. It's gonna be delicious. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I gotta get it back in there so I can finish my mashed potatoes that are on the stove top. Because we have to have mashed potatoes with meatloaf. And you know how to make mashed potatoes because I already did that video. Well, I haven't watched it. Well, go watch it. Then you know how to make mashed potatoes to go with an hour and a half. My timer just went off. See here. There it is. I'm going to let it rest. And then I'll come back and show you when it's ready to slice up, okay? All right, y'all, it cooked for an hour and a half. I took it out. It's over here. It's set for about 15 minutes or something, maybe a little longer than usual because my precious Emily just FaceTimed me, and so I had talked to her. But it's still warm, but you know, it's sat for a while and it's cooled off some. So I'm going to move it onto this platter right here, okay? Now I did drain off the grease again, okay, right when it came out. And here we go. Let's say a little prayer over it that it holds together. And it did. And there you have your meatloaf. Just like your mama used to do. That you loved so much. That meatloaf, yes you did. And see? Here it is. It's gonna be good, y'all. I promise. And when I get it sliced up and ready to serve, I'll show you, okay? Love you kids. Emily, thank you for calling. I love you so much. All right, y'all. We're done. I'm done cooking for right now. Here's the mashed potatoes. Here's the meatloaf. It's good. Mashed potatoes have to go with meatloaf. Well, that's not very pretty after I just took a bite out of it, but trust me, it's good. Oh. Green pepper, onion. Sorry. It's delicious. You'll like it. Your family will like it. And listen, tomorrow, you take them slices and make yourself a meatloaf sandwich. Have you ever had it? Because that's a treat with the leftover meatloaf. Slide it in the broiler, heat it up, eat it with some mayo on some white bread. It's good. I'm just saying. All right. Love y'all. Have a great evening.